You've probably watched enough dropshipping videos to know exactly what you're supposed to do. Find a product, build a store, run ads. But somehow, you're still stuck with an empty Shopify account and nothing actually launched. One creator tells you to start with products, another says start with branding, someone else says don't touch a store until you found a winner. So instead of making progress, you just ended up bouncing between strategies and starting over every few days. My name is AC Hampton, and over the last 8 years, I built multiple 7-figure dropshipping stores that have generated me over $10 million, with my students crossing over $50 million combined and counting. And I'm gonna tell you, if there's one thing all these years have taught me, is that the reason most people never get off the ground isn't the product, the niche, or the store. It's that they're so buried in conflicting information that they end up freezing before they start. And the very few who do push through, they start in the wrong order, build everything backwards, and burn out before they ever see a sale. That's why 80 to 90% of dropshipping stores don't make it past their first few months. Not because the model is broken, but because they started wrong. But listen, all of that stops right here, right now. This is gonna be me handing you the exact path that is proven from start to finish. The same order I'd follow if I had to build a brand new store from zero right now. And this is probably the most value-packed video I'm gonna drop the entire year. So do yourself a favor, take notes, don't be afraid to pause or rewind whenever you need to lock something in, and go at your own pace because there's no rushing this. And I promise you, if you follow me all the way through, by the end you won't just have a store sitting there, you'll have your first ad campaign launch and live. And that alone puts you ahead of nearly every single beginner who talks about starting but never actually does. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now, before we touch a single tool, let me explain what dropshipping actually is. And I'm gonna say it like I'm explaining it to a 10-year-old because people love overcomplicating this to sound smart. So here it is. You put a product for sale on your website, somebody buys it, and only then do you go order that product from a supplier, which then the supplier ships it straight to your customer's door. And that's it. You never have to buy the product up front, you never have to store boxes in your garage, and you never have to touch the inventory. You're just the middleman with the storefront where the money comes in before money goes out. So here's the order that we're gonna be following today. And this is gonna be from start to finish. The first thing that we're gonna do is get a basic but professional Shopify store built out in less than 5 minutes. From there, we will find and validate a winning product that is already proven to be selling. Next, we will lock in how you source and ship it. And then after securing the fulfillment, we will then come back and turn that store into a real brand. And then lastly, we will create some ads that will actually bring in sales and launch our first campaign. And we'll be following this in that order. And I wanna be straight up with you. Step 1 is gonna feel a little bit backwards. And that's because we're gonna get a full store online before we even pick the product to sell. But stick with me, because there is a real reason it has to happen in exactly that order. So here's where we start. And the link is in the description for the free AI store builder that we're about to walk through. And there's a specific reason that I'm sending you there first. And let me go ahead and break down and explain why. And it's because when you sign up through that link, it's gonna set up your Shopify store at the same time. So instead of you doing 2 separate confusing steps, which is creating a Shopify account and then figuring out how to build a store, you will just knock both out in one move. So let me go and show you exactly how to set it up. So first things first, I'm gonna go down to the description and I'm gonna go ahead and click the AI store builder link. Once I go ahead and click on that link, it's gonna bring me to this landing page right here. From here, just go ahead and click on build my free store. And now we're gonna go ahead and set up our account with our name, our email, and our password. Now, after giving it that information, you can see that this next screen is gonna say, we want you to go ahead and pick a niche. And if you already know what your focus is, you can go ahead and select that option right here. But if you're completely undecided or brand new, do not stress. Just go ahead and select I'm not sure and then hit done. Now that that's selected, the next screen is gonna have us choose these homepage banners. And here we just wanna keep it clean and simple. We don't wanna overthink this. And I'm gonna go ahead and just choose these 2 options right here for now because we can actually come in and completely switch these out later once we go ahead and find our final product. So this is kind of like a placeholder. Now that those are selected, let's go ahead and hit done. And now the AI store builder is gonna go ahead and do its thing. Okay, perfect. Now that the builder has laid the foundation, we need to activate our Shopify on the back end. This is what's gonna connect your Shopify account to this store builder. So to do that, let's go ahead and click Access Shopify. And now you see it's gonna take us to this special page. And this is a deal that you cannot find anywhere else. It's gonna give you a free trial. And then now for your next 3 months, it's gonna allow you to only pay $1 a month. So to activate that special deal, all you have to do is just log into your account, pick the basic plan, enter your billing details, and then hit subscribe. So now once that's active, we now have our Shopify account, and now we need to connect it to the store builder. So let's go ahead and go back to the builder, and click done. So now from here, all we have to do is just install the AI Store Builder app right onto the Shopify backend. So just go ahead and click on install, verify your payment plan, and then click customize my store, where you can see now in like literally less than 60 seconds, the AI builds us out a beautiful, fully functional storefront, complete with banners, sleek product layouts, and clean typography. I mean, it even has a smooth navigation menu, where now you guys can see our store is officially live. And just like that, the hardest looking part is already behind you. You've got a real store now, the foundation is done, and your Shopify is set up, all from that one link in that simple setup. And look, I know some of you right now are itching to jump back and make that store look perfect right now. I know it, but don't. Just leave the design for later. And here's why. You can always come back and build that store out once you're fully confident in your product, because then you'll know exactly which product is working for you and exactly what angle is working. But that's only after you get done testing. I mean, you cannot design the perfect store before you've tested, because then you don't even know yet what you're designing for. And don't worry, we cover the right way to build out your store and test by the end of this video. But for now, let's go ahead and move forward, because I want to show you how to actually find a winning product. In 2026, product research is no more scrolling AliExpress and hoping that you spot something that looks viral. That is gambling. Real product research means using data, so you know a product is already selling before you spend a single dollar on ads. Because here's what happens when you skip that. You go out there, you pick something on a hunch, it flops, and then you blame the ads, the store, Shopify, the economy, when the truth is the product never had demand in the first place. So instead of guessing, we use the product research tool that I recommend to all my students and still even use myself to this day, which is AutoDS. It scans live data across thousands of stores, it looks at engagement pricing and ad performance, and it even shows you which products are taken off before they get saturated. Let me go ahead and show you how to find one. So once you clicked on the link below this video to get your AutoDS account set up, it's gonna go ahead and get you connected to your store, and then right here, you're gonna land on the marketplace dashboard. So the first thing you wanna do is check your settings at the top to make sure that you're targeting the right currency and the right shipping areas, like the United States. Now, instead of blindly guessing what might sell, we can actually use this section right here called the TikTok Analytics tab, as this section is gonna be actively pulling crazy numbers of what's going viral right now. So now that we clicked on this section, we can actually filter the data by niches like beauty and personal care and a bunch of other niches. We can also check the top selling products over the last 7 to 30 days. And this is actually how I just spotted this product right here, which is the Skintific Peptide Nourishing Lip Serum Set. And I'm seeing right now, I mean, this thing is going insane. I mean, it has a crazy amount of volume. It's a hot trend. And I mean, it has incredible proof of concept. And look, if we actually come in here and look at the product insights inside AutoDS, right now, it is pulling in over 68,000 total units sold. It's generating massive GMV, and the numbers are completely verified. We buy it at a low cost, and then it leaves us a ton of room for profit margins. And that's the information that we need to fully validate this product, so I'm cool with moving forward with this. From here, all we have to do is just click import draft. This is gonna load it straight into our product drafts page right here, where we can now see all of our variants, our images, and even our item specifications. And then once we like everything we see in here, we can go ahead and import this to our store. And because you already connected AutoDS to the store that we just built out earlier, now AutoDS is gonna instantly sync the entire thing and move this product into our Shopify products list. And look, because you made it this far, I don't want you to be starting from a blank page. And as a beginner, especially with a limited budget, I know how hard it is to find a winning product. So my team and I already did the hard work for you. Right below this video, you're gonna find my top 10 winning products list of all winning products that are working right now. And these products were already vetted and validated, so you've got proven options to start testing from day one. And I mean, these are like the same type of products that just took my student Jacob, a 14-year-old kid, from $0 to $60,000 in his first 3 months. So trust me when I say it's definitely worth checking out. Okay, so at this point, after looking through all the data on AutoDS, we know that we have found a winning product. And we have a product that shows that there's common interest and people are actually buying it right now. But I need you to understand something, and here's the trap that nobody warns you about. Finding a winning product and actually being able to deliver it are two completely different things. And the second one, that's where stores quietly die. And that's sourcing and fulfillment, meaning where the product actually is coming from and how it gets to your customer's door once they order. And it's the part that most beginners completely overlook. They make the sale, then they realize that their supplier is slow, unreliable, and shipping takes over a month. And suddenly, they're drowning in refund requests. That's why this is so important, because even if you have the greatest product in the world, if you have bad fulfillment, you will still end up with a dead store. That's why the tool that I use for this is TeamDrop. They are a reliable supplier and honestly my top choice for drop shipping. And it's because they use AI to connect you with vetted suppliers, lock in factory pricing, and gets you fast delivery times without you having to scramble. Now, real quick, disclaimer, heads up before we actually dive into this, is that this isn't the exact product that I showed you a few minutes ago. I actually did a little bit more research and some digging, and I saw that this is one that a bunch of competitors are actually running right now. And when everybody's quietly rolling with the same product, that's usually for a reason. And margins on this really aren't that bad either. So I think this is gonna be the one that I'm gonna go ahead and go with, but let me go ahead and walk you through it. Now, before we finalize our lip serum, we wanna clear out any random stock or sample items that the AI builder might have loaded up. So to do that, let's head over here to the Shopify products tab, select any old placeholder items, hit the 3 dots, and then click delete products so that you have a clean slate. Now what we wanna do is jump back over here to TeamDrop portal and click store management on the left menu, and then select authorize store. So let's go ahead and hit this little blue button right here that says add store, choose Shopify, and then click authorize. And what this is doing is it's instantly linking your specific storefront to TeamDrop's massive premium supplier network. So now that we have these connected, let's go ahead and click on find a product to now look up our winner. And here you can search directly or just select from their curated catalog. But here's our product right here, the hydrating lip gloss with mirror shine. And the base cost with this product is incredibly low. I mean, we're talking like what, $1.64, giving us a huge profit potential here. So once we go ahead and click into the item, we wanna make sure that we choose our synchronized store from the drop down, select our category tags like makeup and health and wellness. And you can even come in here and refine the product title to keep it clean, like hydrating lip gloss with glossy finish. Lastly, we want to go ahead and click over to the variance pricing tab. And now TeamDrop is going to show you the exact product cost and shipping fee directly to the United States. So now we want to go ahead and simply enter our desired retail price. Now, if you don't know what you should be selling this product for, what you should just do to make it easy is take a median of what the market is currently selling it at. Now, I just went to Google, I typed the product in, I saw multiple people selling it at like 27, 29, 32, 33. So what I think I'm gonna go ahead and price this at is right around like $29.70, which is gonna help us lock in a massive profit margin on this product. So now that we have that entered, let's go ahead and click apply to all, and then hit confirm. Now, just go ahead and click list now at the bottom. And what's gonna happen is TeamDrop is now going to automatically push this live item, the descriptions and high quality images straight into your active store page. And just like that, the one thing that quietly kills more stores than anything, which is bad fulfillment, is the one piece that you no longer have to worry about, which means we finally earned the fun part. Now, you remember that bare bones store that we threw up in 5 minutes and then just like walked away from? Well, now we're gonna revisit that and you're gonna see why I made you wait, because this is the moment that it stops being a template and starts really becoming yours. And it hits completely different now, because now we're not gonna be sitting here designing for a guess anymore. We're gonna be building the store around the exact product that the data already proved, where every single choice that we make from here has a real reason behind it. Because here's the thing that you have to understand is that if your store looks like a generic dropshipping site, customers are going to bounce before they even read a single word. And when a visitor does come to your website, trust gets decided in the first 2 seconds. So what we're gonna do right here, right now, is give this store a real identity. So first thing that we're gonna do is the logo and the favicon, swapping out the default placeholder for something that actually matches our product and our vibe. And the main focus here is that you want someone to land on your store and immediately feel like this is a real brand, not a side project that somebody threw together overnight. Then the colors. Now here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go through the theme and make sure everything is consistent. The buttons, the headers, the accents, all tied to one cohesive palette that fits the product that we're selling. Nothing random, nothing that clashes. And now we move on to the fonts next. Small thing, but it matters. And here the main focus is to keep it clean, readable, and on brand. Now the product images. And this is where most people are lazy, and it definitely shows. What we're gonna do is we're gonna be selecting the best angles, removing anything that looks cheap, and making sure that the first image a customer sees is the one that makes them stop scrolling. And then to the product page itself. This is the big one. Now, one thing you need to understand is that your product page is your salesperson. It never sleeps, it never has a bad day, and it's either convincing people or it's not. So we're going all in. A headline that speaks to the problem that this product solves, bullet points that answer the questions before the customers even think to ask them, a description that builds trust, and a call to action that's impossible to miss. A good product page can take an average product and make it feel premium. A bad product page, though, can kill a great product. So we definitely do not want to rush this part. And just like that, it doesn't look like a dropshipping store anymore. It looks like a real brand. And I mean, take a second and really look at what you got now. A live store, a validated product, and fulfillment handle. Most people who start this never make it past step 1, and you're already here. And the word brand is exactly why we need to pump the brakes for about 60 seconds before we send a single customer to it. Because when I first started actually making money with this, I had the store, I had sales coming in, but on paper, my business didn't even exist. No LLC, no structure, nothing. And that's a mistake that a lot of people make early on. So what I wanna do is I wanna put you onto something that I genuinely wish that I had when I first started out, and it's called Tailored Brands. And this is super simple. You literally just go into the platform, type in your business name, answer a few questions about where you're operating and what stage you're at, and then it builds you a personalized dashboard based off your answers, showing you exactly what you still need set up, like either your LLC or your licenses, all of it. And it's not just the LLC. You also get a business plan, coaching, legal documents, invoices, bookkeeping, everything in one place, so you're not piecing it together from 10 different sources. So really, just think about it. If you're gonna put in the work to build something real, you might as well protect it the right way from the start. And I'll go ahead and leave a link down in the description if you want to go ahead and set yours up right too. So now we have our store built, we have our business as official as possible, and the product is locked in, which leaves exactly one thing standing between you and your first sale. And that's that right now, nobody's ever seen your product or your store before. They don't even know that you exist. And getting people to see you, see your visibility, know that you exist, all comes down to one thing, and that's your creative. Now, if you don't know what a creative is, it's just the visual ad or the post that you put out that drives traffic to your website. And it's honestly the difference between a product that just sits there and one that will legitimately sell. And this is where the foundation starts to break for beginners, is that they go in, they make one ad, they run it for 3 days, it doesn't pop off, and then they sit there and decide that dropshipping doesn't work. No. That's just not how this works. You can't come in here and think you can win off of one ad. You win by testing a bunch at the same time and letting the data tell you which ones are actually working, which means that you will never, and I'm gonna tell you straight up, never succeed off of only one creative or ad. You're going to have multiple. And to even be able to do this, you still need to create them fast, add volume, and without spending all your hard-earned money that you don't have on a whole production team. And look, there's a brand new tool called EconBoss specifically built to solve this exact problem. Where all you have to do is just go into the platform, drop in your product link or your competitor's link, and then it generates premium looking product images and AI video content. The kind of stuff that used to take a full creative team and hundreds of dollars to pull off. Let me show you exactly how to use it. So the first step obviously is always gonna be to sign up. And you can sign up with the link in the description to get 25% off your first month. Once you do sign up and you have an account, you will then head over here to the project studio. And this is where we're gonna go in and create our product assets. And no, we're not gonna be going for basic here. We're gonna be going for premium. So to get started with this, all you have to do is hit add, and now go ahead and upload your product image. And since we're working with a beauty product, we want visuals that feel high-end right out the gate. So all you have to do is just go ahead and click into the custom prompt and type something like silk fabric, and watch how instantly that changes the feel of the whole image. That's the kind of aesthetic that stops somebody mid-scroll. From there, you can actually add in a water splash effect and match the color to your product, where it's gonna create this dynamic editor style shot that looks like a brand paid thousands for it. And all these images that you're gonna be able to create can be ran as ads and be added to your store to enhance it even more. But it doesn't just stop there. Let's go ahead and click on the angle factory, and we're gonna go ahead and select White Studio. And this is also gonna be great to expand the amount of creative images that you have, because this is gonna give you multiple perspectives of the product automatically. So like different angles, different compositions. So by the time that a customer does land on your product page, they've seen it from every direction and they already trust what they're buying. But that's only the first part. The second part is where everything goes absolutely crazy from here. Now, we all know that we trust other people speaking about the products, right? If I'm gonna be buying a product online, I wanna see an ad of somebody using it that looks like me, that talks like me, that probably mimics a lot of my own life. And EconBoss can be able to do all of that just from the product photos that you just created. And that is through the AI video factory. So this is gonna be where we create UGC style video reviews without hiring a single creator, where on average, you're gonna be saving about $100 to $200 per video just by having this. So all we have to do is first head over here to this website called Pixels. And this is a free web website that gives you a bunch of different pictures and things that you can use. And what we're gonna do is grab a clean face shot of a beauty model and upload it into the avatar slot. Now, Ecom Boss also has a bunch of avatars, so you can also just use the ones that are already pre-uploaded in here. But what this is doing is it's generating a real looking person delivering your ad, not a cartoon and not obviously AI, something that feels authentic to actually perform. So now that you've chosen your avatar, the next thing we need to do is type our script into the audio text box. We want to go ahead and select Happy English American for the tone, and then go ahead and hit generate. And now what it's going to do is it's going to render out a full video review with our product and our messaging that is going to be ready to test. Now, one thing real quick is if you do run into a security policy error on this image, just go ahead and swap it out and regenerate. It will be an easy fix. But here's the real move here, and that's that you don't want to only just make one version. Come in and use multiple different avatars, different demographics, different scripts, because you don't know yet which audience is going to respond, and you want to let the testing and the data tell you. But once it's done processing, all you have to do is just hit download, and now you've got everything. A polished product photography and a video ad that is now ready to go. And that's the whole point of all of this. Even majority of the things I'm teaching you today is putting you in a position where you're not guessing anymore. You've got real assets built around a real product, going in front of real people, and now the data starts working for you and not against you. So now at this point, after getting a couple ads created, you now should have scroll stopping creative sitting right in your downloads. But here's the thing, the creative that just sits there in your downloads is not gonna make you a single dime. It's gotta get in front of the right people. And in the final step of what I'm about to teach you, there's one targeting setting that almost every beginner switches on, swearing that it makes it more precise, that's actually quietly killing the results. And I want you to keep that in the back of your mind, because I'm about to show you the exact moment it bites. And this is where it all comes together, because everything that we just built up to this point, the store, the product, the fulfillment, the creative, none of it will make you a single dollar if nobody ever sees it. Traffic is the whole game here. And in 2026, that traffic comes from meta ads. Now, I know some of you guys hear meta ads and you immediately tense up. You think it's complicated, expensive, easy to mess up. And yeah, that is true if you go in blind. But I'm not about to sit here and send you in blind. I'm gonna break it all down step by step as easy as possible. And heads up, this next part has the most moving pieces of the whole video. So if you're building along, keep the tab open and pause me whenever you need, as I'm not going anywhere. So let's go ahead and jump into this. I'm gonna walk you through exactly how I set up a campaign from scratch. Okay, so before we even think about launching, the first thing we need to do is just head into our ads manager and set up our columns. Because what you're gonna see is that the default view that Meta gives you tells you almost nothing useful when it comes to the data. So to be able to do this, what we want to do is go into our columns and customize them. And here's what you want to have visible. You want to have delivery, ad set name, bid, reach, impressions, frequency, click-through rate, cost per click, CPM or cost per 1,000 impressions, add to cart, checkouts initiated, purchases, amount spent, cost per purchase, and then finally ROAS. And this is kind of what it should be looking like when it's set up, and this is what your dashboard should be replicating. When you have it looking like this is how you're gonna know what is actually working. Now, I know I just named off a bunch of metrics, but let me go ahead and give you some benchmarks. Now, a few different numbers that you wanna keep in mind as you're running is that you wanna have a click-through rate at 2.5% or higher. And in simpler terms, that just means that people are seeing your ad and they're legitimately clicking on it and watching it. And that's exactly what you want. Also, you wanna keep your cost per click under $1 if you can, which is just how much it's costing for somebody to click into your ad. And if your cost per 1,000 impressions, you want this to be anywhere between like $15 and $25. That's basically pretty healthy. Now for ROAS, here you want anything above 2.0 because that probably means that you're gonna be in a good amount of profit. Now, depending on your margins, below a 1.1 or 1.2 means that you're probably gonna be losing money. So you need to be able to know those numbers. Now that we got that out the way, let's go ahead and build out the campaign. So to do that, let's go ahead and hit create. And now we wanna go ahead and select sales as our objective. As we're not here for likes, we obviously wanna try to get as many purchases as possible. Now let's go ahead and turn on CBO, which stands for Campaign Budget Optimization. And what this does is it just lets Meta decide on how to split your budget between ad sets automatically, which is what we want when we're testing. Now we need to go ahead and set our daily budget, and here you can go with anywhere between like $25 to $50 to start, depending on your budget. Now we want to go ahead and name the campaign something like whatever your product name is -CBO. So when you're looking at 10 campaigns later, because you're going to continue to keep scaling past this video, you're going to know exactly what each one of these are. Now let's head over here to the ad set level. And now this is where we're going to set up who sees our ads and how they're going to see it. So let's go ahead and set our conversion location to website. For performance goal, we want to do maximize number of conversions. And now we want to go ahead and connect our pixel and set the conversion event to purchase. Now, if you don't have your pixel set up yet, that does need to happen before any of this, as that is what tracks every single sale back to your ads. Now, for targeting, we want to go ahead and start off with United States and go ahead and start off with English. And here's something that people try to fight me on, and that's that you should be leaving detailed targeting completely blank. And I know it feels like you're being more precise when you fill it in and you go ahead and put in the target audience that you think you should be targeting. But in reality, it's only hurting you because you're really just limiting Meta's AI from finding you real buyers. So the goal here is to let it work. You have to understand that Meta's AI is backed by billions of dollars in ad spend and data. So it's way smarter than you and me. Now that we left that open, let's go ahead and set our start time for midnight the next day so we can get a full 24 hours of data from day one. And now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the creative. And this is the part that actually determines whether you win or if you lose. Now here we're gonna be running 3 different angles. And I want you to think of an angle as the lens that you're selling through. And our angles that we're gonna be doing are before and after, problem and solution, and a visual demo, which simply is just 3 different ways of talking about the same product to 3 different types of buyer groups. And for each angle that we try to target, we wanna upload 3 to 5 videos, which is gonna come out to like 10 to 15 ads total going into this campaign before we even launch. That's how you get the best opportunity of succeeding out the gate. That's how you get sales starting off day one. So to get this set up, what we want to go and do is select single image or video and then click on manual upload. Now, before you do anything else, what we want to do is turn off multi-advertiser ads, product catalog, and enhancements. All of those just add clutter around your ad that pulls attention away from your creative, and we don't want any of that. Now what we want to go and do is set our call to action to be in shop now across every single ad, keeping it consistent, clean, and direct. Now let's go and set up our URL parameters: campaign, ad set, and ad name. Now if you don't know what URL parameters are, this is just how you see inside Shopify exactly which video is generating each individual sale if it doesn't show up on the ad side, which sometimes happens. So it's kind of just having like a backup setup so you can be able to see all your data in 2 different places, allowing you to know that if one angle is killing it and the others aren't, well, you're gonna see that and know exactly why. So make sure you go ahead and get that set up. Now heading over here to your copy. And this is gonna be like your primary text, your headline, and your description. Now here we wanna use AI to generate 10 to 15 variations. So you have 1 for each ad matched to that angle, because you want your copy and your creative saying the same thing. So they should feel like they're all in one single message together. Now going back to something very simple, you just wanna name everything clearly so you know what is working and what's not. So for example, I'm gonna go ahead and name this one angle 1, video 1. And then for the next one, I'll just do angle 1, video 2, and so on and so forth. Again, I know it sounds simple, but when you're like 3 days in and you're trying to read your data and optimize, keeping it clean like this will just save you so much time and effort. Now, once all 10 to 15 ads are built and put in, just review everything. And now what we're gonna do is go ahead and hit publish. And now the campaign is officially running. From here, your job is just to check the numbers every day. Now, yes, the way that we set this up is that Meta CBO is going to be pushing and routing more of your budget towards whichever ads are performing, but you still need to be in there and know what is going on. Because you don't want any ad burning spend with a high cost per purchase and nothing to show for it. You just want to turn that type of thing off. So your main job is to protect the budget and to let the winners run. So this is what testing actually looks like. Not one ad and just hoping for the best, but 10 to 15 creatives, 3 angles, and real data telling you what's working inside of the first week. That's how you find your winner. And once you got it, that's when you're able to scale. And that is the full play. Everything that you need to make your first sale, even if you're limited on time or limited on budget. So just to recap, we just built out the store, found your winning product, created high quality AI UGC ads for a fraction of the cost that it typically takes using real creators, and even launch our first round of ads. And like I said earlier, I know that Facebook ads can be one of the most overwhelming things to learn when first starting out, but you know I got you covered. So on the screen right now, you're gonna be seeing a beginner-friendly step-by-step Facebook ad tutorial, teaching in-depth everything that I just showed, but in a way simpler tutorial format. So make sure you go and check that video out right after this. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in that next one. This is AC with Supreme Ecom, and I'm out.